What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're checking out a Lothar knife here. So you know this one's going to be a very affordable one. They send this one in for me to check out and share with you guys. So if I can get the thing out, there we go. There we go. We're just going to cut right to the chase. I'll have this one linked down below so you guys can check out prices, availability, and variants, just like any other knife in this video. And bam, without further ado, here's our knife. We'll get to it in a second. We got a wiping cloth and paperwork, so it's just a very straightforward unboxing experience right there. I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I believe this one is the little bit of a refresh. Here we go. A little bit of a refresh on the Falcon, if I'm not mistaken. Falcon always reminds me of that one character from Smash Brothers. Falcon! But let's see what the Falcon here is all about, shall we? If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's see. First of all, it's going to be a button-operated liner lock. No, it's not. First of all, it's going to be a traditional plunge lock button lock with some thumb stud deployments. And bam, without further ado, holy macaroni. I think, is this a larger version? Is this a larger version of the original one? We're about to find out soon here. I think I have the original one here on hand, so we'll check that out in a moment. I'm wiping away some of the oils and whatnot that are present here when you first unbox a knife, right? They lube the pivot and whatnot. Oh man, that was... Let's not scratch the table here more than it already is, Miguel. There we go. All right, gotta figure out how much flick of the wrist it takes. Calibrate. There we go. I was coming from a whole different knife, so this one requires a little bit more of a flick of the wrist to deploy. We got thumb stud deployment right there, and it's gonna be on, let's say, come on now, on ball bearings. Not sure why, if it's so lube. Maybe it takes in a little bit of break-in in period. It's actually pretty well lubricated. This feels nice. There we go. Maybe it breaks in after a little while. But yeah, this thing is actually really affordable. I think somewhere in the $50 range or so, if I'm not mistaken. There's that reverse flick. Let me see, with the nail. There we go. Nail of the middle finger right there. Spidey flick. Right. I'm 2 for 2, or is it 2 for 4? There we go. And what's different about this one is it's all grayed out. We have grayed out bolsters right here. These are stainless steel, of course, right? Just kind of get the magnet of truth right here, right? So we have stainless steel handles with bolsters and a G10 inlay. That's interesting. That's nice. They have a pocket clip, which is not necessarily the most deep carry, right? About that much. Does give you something to pinch and pull out of the pocket. It is not reversible because the pocket clip itself is not very symmetrical. However, they did remove, I think, the Lothar logo from here. One version, the original version I checked out, did have a little bit of over branding, if that's a thing. So yeah, let's go ahead and yeah, action. Let's see here. Even though it's breaking in a little bit, action feels good. We have a sort of like a buoy blade, right? Let's see. Let me get in here, get the blade police out here. If this has a curve, it will be a buoy. If it's a straight line, it will be a clip point. So I'm going to just place it against the table here. All right, I got news for you. It is a clip point. According to my scientific discovery, it is absolutely a clip point. That is a straight line. Now we do have a tiny little fuller right here, and you're wondering, can you deploy off of that? And the answer would be absolutely. Yes, you can. Check it out in action, right, as demonstrated. Right, failing it and jinxing myself. But yeah, thumb deployment is good. I think reverse flicking off of the fuller actually makes, there we go, a little bit more sense. Just got to still calibrate and get the hang of it. Flat grind going on here with this sort of gray sort of coating going on. Right, got the Lothar logo here, 14C 28N steel. Good amount of milling on the inside for weight reduction. I mean, straightforward sandwich construction with two blacked out standoffs and blacked out hardware to match the aesthetics right all around. So that's looking pretty interesting there. I'm gonna go ahead and put my scientific coat on. We're about to get scientific with it here. Right, blade feels crispy. We get the 5x zoom for extra scientific points. Oh yeah, definitely cut into that paper there without any issues. Full slices, there we go. I mean, not really proving much. I mean, we kind of had an idea it was going to cut through paper. You'll be surprised, right? As basic and simple as this test is, in the life of this channel, we've had a few breaks here and there. Cutting at a diagonal angle on a single wall piece of cardboard. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Again, not the tallest blade, and it does have a flat grind. Also, not quite too thick or too slim, too skinny. Too slim, and actually, you know, good size to it. Also has a good length as well. Good cutting length. So, I mean, yeah, it's making some quick work out of this cardboard, without a doubt. And there's just something about this knife. I think I said it on the original unboxing. It sort of has a very sort of classy, right, look to it. Almost makes it look like it's like a buck 110, like a buck 110 or something like that. Some sort of slip joint or something. You're about to open, bam, half stop, full stop, but no. They kind of borrowed the same outline. All right, what's going on there? There we go. I think it only really disengages it when you have the button pushed all the way down. But yeah, they kind of borrowed the outline of what I would think more of like a traditional slip joint knife, or of a classic knife, like a buck knife, and then just, you know, made it, you know, modernize it with obviously the button lock. The benefits of having a button operated, having a button lock knife. So ease of manipulation, very easy to deploy and close the blade at the same time. So you guys rate this thing in the comments on a scale from 1 through 10. How sharp is it? 10 being the sharpest. Definitely let me know down below. But let's go ahead and do some quick size comparisons, guys. This is the OG Falcon. I got a chance to unbox this one here in the channel not that long ago. And as you can see, yeah, there's definitely a size difference between these two, which is why I like to do these size comparisons. And I believe the price difference is not even that much between the two. 7 inches on the OG Falcon. And then we have, what is it, like 7.5? 7 and 3/4, right? 7.75 on the bigger brother here. We do have a, you know, 3-inch cutting path on this one and blade. We have about a 3.5 cutting path and blade on the bigger brother with a handle. I mean, might as well, we're doing all the comparison. 4-inch, maybe under 4-inch, like 4.9, like 3.9-inch handle on the smaller one, and a almost 4.5, more closer to like 4.4 inches on the handle on the bigger counterpart. Lothar. Let's go ahead and throw in there in the mix the CMB Predator V3. Recently unboxed this one in the channel as well. So actually pretty comparable. I think the V3 is a little bit larger, as you can see. And let's just go ahead and do a few of the typical ones here in the channel. Here is the PM2, right? So there we go. Pair 3. So with that size, it's actually a little bit closer, I think, to the Paramilitary 2, right? You guys be the judge there. Here is the Demko AD 20.5 and the Kunwu Chad. Right, take a look at those. I think a little bit closer to the chat, perhaps, as you can see. Here's the Civivi Vision FG, right? Very recommendable EDC knives right here. The Kizer Militaw. So definitely somewhere in between those two, a little bit shorter, perhaps. And last but not least, there's the Vosteed Porcupine and the CJRB Pyrite Light. Highly recommendable EDC knives, so definitely check them out here on the channel if you haven't already. I definitely would love to hear your thoughts on this one, guys. Right? What are your impressions so far? What do you think of the design, right? Are you into this buck 110-ish sort of aesthetics, right? Being easy to manipulate with a button lock. I mean, it is only fair to go ahead and do the subscribe stick of truth test, since it is a button lock, and I'm not going to do anything crazy, just a couple of taps to see how it does. You guys can go ahead and smash that subscribe button while I do this scientific test. A couple of taps. That should be, yeah, that should be pretty decent enough right there. Definitely passes that test. I don't need to do it any harder than that, because I'm not going to be taking 3 steps back and then just fully swinging this thing with full force. I'm not going to be hanging off a cliff with this knife anytime soon. So yeah, definitely passes that test. So for what it's worth, it is definitely a well-built plunge lock button lock. Guys, let me know, what do you love about this one in the comments? What do you like about it, love about it? Is there anything you dislike about it? Would definitely love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.